Hey guys, and happy new year. I have been a little bit busy. I tried to record a New Year's Eve video where I recorded the countdown, but I realized while looking at the footage that my baby pictures were in the shot and I didn't feel comfortable having those on the internet necessarily, so I decided to not put those online. I'm aware that I started this channel as a minor, and there are videos of me with a mask on, but still a minor, that were uncomfortably commented on by creeps, but those comments were deleted by the posters when they realized I noticed what they were doing. If you ever wonder why a lot of my earlier footage of me walking around with a mask is with me with a mask, it was because I was a minor. And I understood even back then that that was a dangerous thing to do, to post my face online, especially as a plus-sized individual. I obviously looked a little bit more curvy. That meant that, like, men are obviously going to be creepy and weirdos. A lot of people always were like, why wear the mask? You're being an edgelord. It's like, no, it wasn't for that reason. It was just, I liked the design, I made it myself, and I was a minor. Anyways, if you're curious about the next FNAF video, my Five Nights at Freddy's series for my AU, that will be being posted in February. I actually have a huge surprise, and an update about that series once we get to February, so be excited for that. As for what I'm drawing in this video, a few months ago for Halloween, I did fan art for this one series on Tumblr. It is this one artist who does a modern AU of their Baldur's Gate free character ship with Astarion. It's like a Bat Starions thing. You know, like how I made those like little bat figurines and I posted on the channel? Well, it's kind of a decent trend in the fandom of, oh my god, those hands. Ugh, hands are the banes of my existence. Yes, this is also the same art from my Hands Are Terrible compilation that I had with the music a few months ago. I'm just showing the actual, like, full speed paint. Anyways, this comic series is called, I believe, Modern Bat. It follows Mac, a bard who is living in the city with their cat, who is really feisty. I love him. When all of a sudden a small bat flies through their window completely disoriented, and then it follows for a little bit Astarion not feeling comfortable showing that he's actually a like person and not just a little bat. Like, he falls in love with Mac, but he doesn't know how to express it. It's really cute. It's just a really cute little series. I always appreciate people in the fandom who like keep it alive. I cannot believe Baldur's Gate came out a few years ago. It feels like it just came out like a year ago, you know what I mean? This has been one of my favorite fandoms to be a part of. You know, it always sucks is that I'm in a lot of video game fandoms, but I never actually play the video games that I'm a part of, like, the fandom of. I always just watch other people's playthroughs, fall in love with the characters, and then make art of them. Like, I was in the Undertale fandom, never played Undertale. I've been a part of the FNAF fandom, could not even complete FNAF 1. Like, but these are so important to my childhood. I like the concept of video games, but, like, I myself cannot play them very well. The only video game that I've been playing a lot of recently, because I used to play Pokemon, but I haven't done that in forever, is Cookie Run Kingdom, and that's because it's a really simple game to play. It's a freaking mobile app, right? But I wouldn't say I'm, like, super into the fandom. I mean, I think some of the cookie designs are cute. I do like some of the writing. It's a little bit simple, but I also like how dark it can get at times. But I wouldn't say I'm, like, actually in the fandom. Like, I would say for certain that, like, I'm in the FNAF fandom, I'm in the Baldur's Gate fandom, I used to be in the Undertale fandom, but it's like, I don't think I'm in the Cookie Run fandom. I just play Cookie Run, I like Cookie Run. There's a very clear difference between being in a fandom and liking a piece of media. Because it's like, are you a part of the community? Do you post art about it? Do you do anything about it? Like, I don't do Cookie Run art. Maybe I'll do Cookie Run art in the future. I have an idea for an OC. It'll probably be seen as a cringy Mary Sue, but I actually, like, really like the idea. Anyways, I think, like, as a society or, like, in the online space, we really do need to keep a distinct difference between people who are in a fandom or people who are fan of a media, right? And then there's a point where it's like you're such a fan of the piece of media that you are basically a part of the fandom by just like you share all the same quirks and you're kind of just a stereotype of the fandom. Realizing as I'm saying it out loud, that's very confusing. Let me break down my personal definitions because I personally find having clear definitions that we can agree on to be the best way to communicate a point, and then we get into like examples and metaphors and all that. Um, when you're a fan of a piece of media, you like the piece of media, you might look at art of the piece of media, but you're not like talking about it all the time or like it's like it's taking up like a good chunk of your life, or you're not like spending all your money on merchandise and you're not like fantasizing about it. You just like it, you enjoy it, you process it. It's like having a favorite food. Whenever you get it, you're happy to have it, you enjoy it, you like to eat it, you'll talk about that you like eating it, and then you go back to your normal everyday diet, right? But then there are people who are like in the fandom where it's like that's their whole thing, that's their whole life. It takes up a good chunk of their time. They're actively searching for art of it. They're actively dealing with the fandom. They're actively being a part of it. It's like being a part of a community. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm a part of the like Italian cuisine community." You're going to conventions about food. You're like eating Italian cuisine as much as you physically can, you know what I mean? It's very different to be like a passive fan and then to be in like a fandom because it's a difference between community and like individual appreciation. Kind of like how there's the difference between being a Christian and then being a Christian in parentheses, where it's like the culture versus like the individual practice. I just realized how cringy it sounds to compare fandom to religion, but some of y'all need to chill the fuck out. Like, y'all are treating, like, Bakugo not dating Deku like sacrilege. Like, seriously, it's not that deep. I mean, I like the original series I like the first couple seasons of My Hero Academia, never finished it. But, like, some of you guys went absolutely bananas, and it was embarrassing for like not just the like people who enjoyed the show, but like people who liked anime in general. I know a lot of you guys were like 14-year-old kids. I don't know how many of you ended up in my audience, but like know that I love you, but like there's a point where it's like secondhand embarrassment for just even sharing a piece of media you like. And I think that's the biggest problem with the difference between fandom and being a fan, is that casual enjoyers get dragged into the fandom shenanigans when they're really not involved. I like, is it really fair, like common man Joe, who enjoyed playing Undertale and thought the storyline was interesting critique of like the RPG genre and like grinding for XP at the cost of these like innocent creatures, and it was like, oh, I thought it was an interesting take, the storyline about forgiveness and whatever and kindness, and then comparing them and immediately assuming, oh, he likes Undertale, and associating them with like the Sans fangirls, which I know a lot of them were satirical, but back in the day, they were like the biggest punching bag of the internet. You know what's crazy? There's going to be like kids on the internet who will not remember the cringy Sans fangirl era of YouTube. Wild. Anyways, it was good to hear from y'all. Bye. See you next time. Bye-bye.